welcome to our body weight strength class. Today's weight is all exercise, or today's training is all exercises that you can do without weights. You can also feel free to add weights. So if you've done this one before or you want to add weights to it today, either way, you can feel free to do that. We're going to go ahead and warm up, and then I am going to teach you our exercises as we go through them. We have 4 exercises, and we'll go through as a circuit, and we'll do that 4 times together. So let's go ahead and get warmed up. We're going to start with some big arm circles. So just kind of like you're swimming. We're going to do 5 on each side going forward, and then we'll do about 5 on each side going in reverse. So when you get to 5, just go ahead and do some reverse arm circles. And the next thing we're going to do are some scissors. So just bring your arms straight out in front of you and just crisscross them as you go back and forth sideways. Get our shoulders nice and warmed up. And the next thing we're going to do is move to our hips. So go ahead and spread your feet out a little bit, and we're just going to rock back and forth. And as you rock back and forth, you're going to stick your hips out behind you. And as you do a few of these, you can try to go a little bit deeper into that, just getting some mobility going in your joints, and also just getting our muscles moving, getting them warmed up and ready for the workout. Very good. The next one we're going to do is we're going to step back, and with the opposite, we're going to take my right leg's going to step back, so I'm going to rotate the opposite way. I'm going to rotate to my left and just get a nice little warm up through my hip flexors. So I'm going to drop back with my right leg, and I'm rotating my upper body to the left. Bring my legs back together, keeps those arms out, and then drop back with your right leg. We'll just do about 5 of those on each side. Just keep moving through that. You'll also feel some warm up happening through your calf and your ankle with these. Good. And the next one we're going to do is have our feet a little wider than hip width apart. Go ahead and slowly reach down towards the ground, and then we're just going to rock from side to side. So reaching towards our feet on each side, and then getting a little deeper into it, reaching towards the outside of our feet. Just keep moving through that. All right, very good. And then we're going to go ahead and slowly come up. And one last one, we'll get our hips nice and warmed up, is I call this open the gate. So we're just going to bring our knee forward and just bring it back around behind us in a circle, okay? So we'll do that, just rotating from side to side, and then we'll reverse it. And then just go ahead and reverse that. Now you're going to bring your knee back, and then just bring it in a big circle towards the front. A couple more on each side. Feel like you're stepping over a fence or something. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is some ankle circles. So let's get our ankles just a little bit more warmed up. I just stand on one leg. If you want to put your hand on a wall or a chair or something, you can do that just to get some stability. You're going to rotate your ankle out about 5 times first, just drawing a circle, and now just go ahead and rotate it in. So now draw a circle, rotating in. And let's switch to the other foot. Again, we'll draw a circle, rotating out. And then let's draw circles rotating in with our ankle. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and go through our 4 circuits. I'm gonna teach you the exercises during the first one, so that one will take a little bit longer, and then we'll start moving right through our next circuit. So make sure to have some water with you, and you can just feel free to take a break whenever you need to and grab a sip of water. So the first thing we're gonna do is do a squat rotation. So for that, we're gonna start with our feet a little wider than hip width apart, our toes either pointed slightly out or straight forward. And then as we rock back into that squat, notice that I'm pressing my hips out behind me, kind of like I'm sitting down in a chair, and I'm going to press my weight into my heel. So if it were more close up, you could see that my toes almost can lift up off the ground. So that's kind of where you want to feel the weight as you go into this, okay? So as I squat down, I'm going to take my arms, just kind of put my hands together, and I'm going to rotate down towards the right hand side. And as I come up out of that, I'm drawing a diagonal line, and as I do that, rotating off of my right foot. So I'm rotating to the left, rotating off of my right foot, and now I'm reaching up with my hands towards the opposite side. And then I'm gonna go back down into that squat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do that same diagonal. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go 5 times on one side, 5 times on the other side, okay? So let's go ahead and sit back into that squat, rotate our body down, and then we're just going to draw a diagonal line. As we draw that diagonal line and rotate across, we're going to go up onto our toe, rotate off of the right toe, and then come back down, squatting down, and back up, okay? So we'll go 5 on each side. There's 3, 4, and 5. And now this time, when I squat down, my hands are gonna go off to the left-hand side, and I'm gonna rotate up towards the right-hand side. I'm gonna rotate and press off of my left toe. Okay, now bringing our arms back down as we come down, and reaching back up and across. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good, very good. The next thing we're gonna do is, for this one, you can do this with or without a band. So we do have our exercise band for this one. And we're gonna take the band, we're gonna put it, put our hands through it so that our palms are facing each other. And then we're gonna hold that straight overhead. So you're gonna have a little bend in your knee, activate your core so you're not swaying your back. Your back is nice and supported with a strong core. And then arms straight up overhead. Palms are facing each other, but I'm still holding a tension in the band, okay? And then I'm just going to press my arms away from each other, and then relax, but we're gonna keep the tension in the band, and then press away from each other. So you notice there's not a lot of movement in this, but you will definitely feel this through your shoulders, okay? So activate your core, little bend in your knees. We're gonna do 10 of these. Press out and just pause there at the outside of it, and then come back in. Go ahead and press out again, and pause, and come back in. 10 of these. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you didn't have a band, I'm sorry, I should have told you this in the beginning, but if you didn't have a band, you're gonna do the same, put your arms in the same motion. You can go ahead and bring your hands all the way down to the side, and then back up overhead. Really thinking about using your core the whole time, whichever way you do that exercise. The next one we're gonna do is gonna be a standing core exercise. So there's lots we can do to work our core when we're standing. So this one is a forward leg raise. So I'm gonna press my arms out in front of me, a little bend in the knees, activate your core, and then we're just gonna bring our leg up towards our hands, pause at the top, and then bring it back down, and then go to the other side. What you wanna focus on in this is that we're not doing like a kick, okay? This is a controlled movement, and as my right leg goes up, my left leg really has to work to stabilize my body, and my core has to work to stay strong, to lift that leg up as high as I can take it, all right? So we're gonna do 10 of these on each side. Let's go ahead and go. So nice strong core, raise your leg up, and then back down. 2, really focus on the standing leg, staying nice and strong. 5. Think of kind of like doing a crunch at the top when each leg gets raised up to the top. And don't worry if you get a little bit wobbly. If you need to touch a toe down, that's fine. A few more on each side. Last one. Squeeze your core, nice strong legs. Very good, very good. The last one we're gonna do is called the windmill. This one's gonna be standing again today. So for this one, a little bend in your knees, activate your core. You'll hear me saying that all the time. We're gonna take one arm straight up and the other arm straight down. Palms are gonna be facing our midline. And what we're gonna do here is we're just going to windmill, and as we windmill, our palms are gonna rotate, okay? So this is the beginning of it, okay? It seems pretty simple, right? But as you're doing this, you can feel your core activating, you can feel your core being used to rotate your body, okay? Now, as you do this, you can also reach down a little bit more to one side, okay? And then reach down a little bit more to the other side, all right? So we're gonna do 10 on each side, all right? So I'm gonna start with my left arm up, my right arm down. I'm not sure how that'll translate in the video, but start whichever way you want. So we're starting here and up. I'm just rotating to the other side, bending slightly to the side. There's 1. 2. And we're moving through this one, not at a fast pace, okay? There's 3. 4. This is one you could definitely add in sometime a handheld weight. 7. A few more on each side. 1, good job. And 10, excellent, excellent. Now we're gonna go back into our rotating squat, okay? So there's 1 circuit, now we're gonna do 3 more, and we're just gonna move right through them. So you are doing great, all right? We're gonna go ahead and reach down as we squat, and as we come up, go up and rotate to the opposite side. 10 times, or we're gonna go 10 times total, 5 on each side. There's 5. This time when we go down, we'll switch sides. Couple more. And 5. Very good, very good. Next, if you're using a band for this overhead press out, go ahead and grab your band. If not, that's fine. Remember I showed you can do this and just bring your arms all the way down and then all the way back up. Okay, so palms are gonna be together, a little bend in our knees, activate our core, arms straight up overhead, and we're just going to press against that band out and then slightly back together. 10 times. 5. now for our forward leg raise. Arms are going to be straight out in front of us, and we're going to reach our opposite leg up, or not opposite, we're going to reach alternating legs up towards our hand. Okay, so reach that leg up. It's not a kick, okay, but a raise 10 times on each side. Really think about using your core to help bring your leg up. And then use your other leg to stay nice and strong. Couple more on each side. Right, and next we're going to go right into our windmill. A little bend in our knees, activate our core. One arm up with the palm facing midline, the other arm down with your palm facing your leg. And then we're just going to go 10 times on each side, rotating from side to side, reaching down as we rotate. Good job. Forward, just keep moving through it, but don't rush it. And one more on each side. And 10. Very good. All right, let's go back into those rotating squats. Remember, we're going to sink our weight down into our heels, press our hips behind us like we're sitting down in a chair, and then pressing up through our heels as we come up out of the squat. So we're going to rotate from one side to the other. 5 times on each side. There's 5. Now we're going to switch and rotate from the other side. Last one. And there's 5. Let's go ahead and grab our band. Little bend in the knee. Activate the core. Arms are going to be straight up overhead. Palms facing each other, and then just go ahead and press out. Hold slightly at the outside, and then back in. Keeping tension in that band the whole time. 10 of these. Use your core. Keep your arms up nice and high. More. Last one. There's 10 of those. And back to our forward leg raise. So arms are straight out in front of us. Use our core, really strong standing leg. And reach alternating legs up 10 times on each side. Each side, or that was our last one on each side. There's 10. Okay, back to our windmills. One arm straight up, one arm down, palms facing midline, and let's go ahead and rotate and reach down 10 times on each side. Think about using your core the whole time. Very good, very good. Couple more on each side. And 10. Okay, you're to your last round. Congratulations, okay? Let's go back into that twisting squat, okay? So we're gonna sit down into it, reach down towards one side, and rotate up to the other side. 5 times. Weight's gonna be in our heels as we go down into that. Pressing up through as we come out. And then we're going to, after 5, switch and reach down to the other side. Last one. Very good. Go ahead and grab your band. Back into that overhead press out. Little bend in your knee. Activate your core. Arms straight up overhead. And go ahead and press your arms out through that band. Hold at the outside and then back in 10 times. Keep pressing into that band. Almost there. Couple more. And 10. Forward leg raise. Arms straight up in front of you. Activate your core. Alternate legs up towards your hands, 10 times each side. Nice, strong standing leg. More on each side, stay nice and strong through it. Good job. And let's finish with those windmills. A little bend in our knee. Make sure you're using your core. One arm straight up, the other arm down. And we're just going to windmill from side to side. Stay nice and strong through our core on this. You can reach down your legs slightly as you press your arm, or as we windmill from one side to the other. Good job, keep going. Use your core. More on each side. And there's 10. Very good, very good. So you can grab a sip of water, and then we're going to go ahead and stretch it out. Let our heart rates come down a little. We had lots of up overhead stuff today, which is awesome. That gets our heart rate going and makes it not only strength, but also a cardio workout. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to spread our feet out kind of wide, maybe a little wider than than our shoulder width. And then let's just go ahead and press. We're gonna sit back into this and just press over to one side and hold. And take some nice deep breaths. That helps your heart rate come down. Helps our body get rid of what it needs to get rid of. And it just feels good. And let's switch over to the other side. Excellent, very good. Now we're gonna go ahead and step back again like we did in our warm-ups, but this time we're gonna hold it. So we're gonna step back. I'm stepping back with my right leg, tucking my hips under, pressing forward. Now my right arm's gonna go up and I'm gonna lean slightly towards the left. So you feel a nice stretch through your right hip, in the front of your right hip. Take some nice inhales and exhales. And let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Now my left leg is gonna come back, right leg is forward. Tucking my hip under slightly, pressing forward. Left arm is up. And then reaching towards the right slightly. So opening up through my left hip. All right. The next thing we're going to do, and go ahead and step up out of that, is if your heart rate is still up quite a bit, hold up on this one, but if your heart rate started to come down a little bit, you can go ahead and reach down towards your toes and just get a nice stretch. You're going to drop your head down, relax through your lower back, relax through your shoulders, relax through your neck, and just take a few breaths in and out. Feel your legs relaxing. And just go ahead and slowly come up. And our last stretch, we're just going to give ourselves a hug to finish this off today. So grab around your shoulders. Drop your chin down towards your chest. And just continue to inhale and exhale. Feel that nice stretch through your shoulders. And you can go ahead and release out of that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a really good workout today, and I invite you to come back and join us again.